Today I am sharing tons of budget-friendly DIYs perfect for this time of year. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and don't miss out on these creative ideas that will spice up your kitchen for the season. First up, we are using these wooden crates. I ended up using 6 of them. I couldn't find the same design, so I'm using different designs, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach these together. Any wooden crate would work, even if all you can find are the plain ones, but these worked really good, and I like that I was able to put the design on the outside. I am using a stain instead of painting this just because I love the look of wood, so I go ahead and just hot glue them together. You could use wood glue if you would like a longer hold. And then put these 2 wooden planks on the top just so I have like a little platform to set some of my candle holders. But I didn't like how it had so many holes in the front, so I am taking some of this faux black leather that I did find from Dollar Tree and just gluing it inside to the front of these, so it's going to cover all of the ugly contents in here. You won't be able to see any raw wood or where I've glued anything. And then it's sticking 3 of these candle holders right on top. I stuck a taller one in the center and then 2 smaller ones on the edges, and then I'm using a greenery wreath, but you can easily like not glue this down and trade it in and out. I actually found this at a garage sale for like 50 cents. It even still had the Hobby Lobby tag on it. It was originally $15.99, but like I mentioned, you don't have to hot glue this down. You can just pick it up and then just put on a Christmas garland. But for this, I just stuck it on there so it'll last all year long, glued some of it down in place, but like I mentioned, you don't have to do that. You could just stick some floral picks there. But how easy is this to dress up your kitchen table, dining area, a really fun kitchen DIY? If you're into like cabin cozy, really rustic fall decor, this one is perfect for you. I'm using just a couple of wooden slices, and you can pick these up at the Dollar Tree or any craft store. And then using some of the Dollar Tree vinyl, I needed to create a stencil. So I am going to be doing this kind of backwards. Instead of cutting out the pumpkin, I'm going to be keeping the outer part. So I do cut out the pumpkin, even though I made a little slice of the edging. I didn't really care. Go ahead and remove that, and you can save those for another project, but I am peeling this off and sticking it onto the wooden rounds, and then using some torch paste that I have found on Amazon, and it seems to work really well. I've used it for several projects. I'll link that down below if you're interested in picking some up, but you just apply it. You're supposed to use like a little squeegee. At this time I couldn't find it, so I decided just to use a popsicle stick. I cut it down, applied it, removed the vinyl so it doesn't melt, and then using a heat gun, which I'll have that link down below as well, I just try to focus on the torch paste or where I've applied that and let it burn, and then it is ready to go. So you can put a layer of Mod Podge on this if you want to. I just decided not to, added a few dots, and these would be so cute on a coffee table. And don't forget about this hack. I do this all the time. I look for really cute mugs at Dollar General. I found these colored glassware mugs, so beautiful. You can find different things at thrift stores, anything that you like. You can melt down a candle and pour it inside. I put the wicks in there, just let them cool off and they're ready to go. Just take a couple of minutes, but would also be a really great gift idea. I found this picture at Dollar General, very inexpensive on clearance, but I hated the color of it. I didn't like the blue color at all, so I wanted to spray paint this black. So I start with just a matte black spray paint. Even though it does look a little bit shiny in this, I think it's just because of the glossy material that I am spray painting it on. But I go ahead and want to kind of recreate how it originally looked, making the top just a little bit different. So I just sprayed clear coat on it. I was going to make it like super shiny to make it have a little bit of contrast, but it actually bubbled up and I love the end result. It dried perfect. It's not tacky or anything, but look at this. How cute is this? I think it turned out really good. I love that texture. So it turned out really good. In my favor, doesn't always happen that way, but you can display this for everyday use. I just put some fall flowers in it, but a really fun piece to make. I discovered that these signs They hold a recipe card perfect. So this is the neatest thing to display in your kitchen. You can mix this out for the holidays and do like pumpkin pie for fall, or for Christmas you could do something like snowball cookies. But for this, I decided to remove the top beaded hanger. I'll just save those beads for another project. And then I ended up using the handle of a toilet bowl plunger. This is actually called a sink plunger, but that's just what I'm in the habit of calling it. And then it's just the one from Dollar Tree. And then I attached it to a base and stuck on a little clothespin with a recipe card as well as some little flowers, but really cute. You could also paint this if you want it to be more festive or change the flowers out, but I thought it turned out really fun and I love displaying old recipes. Don't pass on these gorgeous placemats that Dollar Tree puts out, and I love checking for new designs every year. This one says gather here with grateful hearts. I just loved it, so I picked up one of these 11 by 14 frames just with the black frame. I go ahead and remove the paper inside and use that as a template so that I can cut this placemat down, and it's fairly easy to cut through. Go ahead and place it inside the frame, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of jute twine detailing on the edging. Plus I feel like it wasn't perfectly centered, so it's also going to make up for that. No one's ever going to know. Also using one of those laser cut little leaves, it just gives it so much detail, makes it look really cute. I feel like all of the colors tied together. This small screen is one of my favorites to bring out for this time of year. So pretty, but really liked how this turned out. Okay, so you guys have seen me use these 1,000 times on my channel. It's just one of my favorite things to do. You pick up these little circular frames. These, if you turn them upside down, you can turn them into little pumpkins. I'm just trimming off the stand with a pair of miter shears or miter trimmers, cutters. I'll have those linked down below if you're interested. But I wanted to turn these into little pumpkins, so I had to make them orange. Instead of painting them and making them look like a little kindergarten craft, I wanted to put some scrapbooking paper. So I love this polka dot pattern from Hobby Lobby. Go ahead, use those as a stencil and cut it down to size. Go ahead and cut out the middle so you can put photos in here, and then Mod Podge these right on top. After the Mod Podge had dried, I do pull the sandpaper over the edges and it just pulls away any of the excess paper, so it gives it a perfect edge. I painted the stems brown, and then I found this really fun little primitive, I'll always call it primitive, but this little garland at the Dollar Tree, and went ahead and made some little twirls on the side so it looks like a little vine. I feel like this adds so much detail to it before adding in our pictures. I think you can kind of tell that I'm studying this way too hard, how I was going to attach those magnets, and then I discovered that the little metal piece that comes with the magnets fits perfect in there, so I just went ahead and pushed it into the little frame tags and put these right on the fridge. I know we run out of spaces on our tables for more decor, but you can create a little tiered tray to place some really cute fall decorations on. So I love these long signs from the Dollar Tree, but you can use any wood piece. You could even use some wooden beads to glue around the edges of like a plain piece of wood if you really want to dress it up. But I thought this would make the cutest little tray. So also using some candle holders or little candle stands, I end up spray painting these the same color because one was like a darker shade of gold. So go ahead and make them match, put them in the center of this sign, and just keep stacking it up. You could do several layers if you wanted to. I stuck it just using 3 signs, but this is going to make the perfect space to house some little decor pieces, but make it look really put together. love crafting with these signs with the words on them. This thankful one worked perfect. All I did was take 2 longer pieces of wood, and I'm going to be stacking them behind this one, and it makes a larger sign. No DIY skills required. This is so easy to do. I just used a utility knife or razor knife to trim down the longer signs in the back. I got a pretty much clean broken edge. Go ahead and sand that down if you want to. I use the other one as a stencil, and then just gluing them pretty much to the back of the sign, and it makes it look bigger. And I feel like whenever you can take these Dollar Tree signs, make them look bigger, it makes them look high end, and you're getting a larger decor piece on a budget. Next up, I created my own decor DIY pumpkin cutting board. Turned out really good. You can make this on a budget using 4 of the wooden cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I ended up using some wood glue just to make sure it was going to be nice and tight and going to stay together. And I knew the hot glue would add dimension in between the pumpkins, and I didn't want any space taken up. I want these to be able to be as flat as possible. So going ahead and just smoothing my wood glue out with a paintbrush until I got 4 of the pumpkins glued together, and then using some wood filler, I decided to fill in the edges, and this makes all the difference. It makes it going from looking like it is 4 separate pieces on the edges until it looks like a solid piece with the wood filler. And then I was ready to fix it up, so I started by staining that little strip that you could see on Pottery Barn's website with some of this classic gray Minwax stain. And I am using the classic gray in just a couple of coats, going over that and then wiping away the excess, removing the tape, and then replacing the tape back on the stain so that I can paint it white. I would love to create this again and do like a bright orange pumpkin, make like a Halloween version. I added in a leather little piece at the top to make it look a little bit more finished, so I left the hole at the top, but I feel like this is beautiful, so high-end looking, and something I'll definitely be making again. I love decorating with a kitchen conversion chart. I just feel like it's something really handy and useful. I have a larger pantry now, so I want to actually hang this up in there so that I can reference it whenever I need it. But I am using a Hobby Lobby sign that I got on clearance for $3.99, but they have like random wooden signs all the time, or Dollar Tree is even putting out new larger wooden signs that would work perfect for this. I found the perfect kitchen conversions chart. I go ahead and place this just on the white chalk paint, go ahead and smooth that out, and it is already done. So this turned out really fun. Like I mentioned, I definitely want to hang this in my new pantry. A really fun piece that you can make out of pretty much anything, like scrap wood that you have lying around. For the next project, you'll need a cutting board. Dollar Tree had these, but for some of them, I just picked them up at Walmart to get a cutting board if I can't find it. This one actually came out of the Target dollar spot. And I wanted to use some more of my torch paste. I'm going to be cutting out a stencil to use on here. This was $5, but you can find these all anywhere in any craft store, even Walmart. I still love picking up the one from Walmart for different projects. I am cutting out the word Mom's Kitchen just to put on here. This would make a great gift idea if you want to go ahead and make some handmade gifts for Christmas coming up. But I feel like this turned out really good. I just used my Cricut Joy, the littlest Cricut, to cut out Mom's Kitchen, and then I'm going to be backwards weeding it, so go ahead and pulling out the letters so I'm left with the stencil, apply it to the cutting board, and then I can put my torch paste inside this stencil. You don't want to be too heavy-handed with the torch paste because you don't want it like seeping underneath your stencil. I actually am using a piece from a broken squeegee that I had, but you can purchase like special little squeegees to use on this or little putty knives. I'm applying it to the stencil, and then pretty much what I do is just remove the stencil because you don't want it to melt down, and then use your heat tool to apply the heat to these places that has the torch paste on there, and it's going to burn them. Now this one didn't do as great. I feel like sometimes the material makes all the difference. Even the wood I feel like can be like a softer wood and burn a little bit easier, so this one made burn spots, so I went ahead and just burned the whole thing in random spots so it looked pretty uniform and matched like it was supposed to and looked like it was all supposed to be there. But just be careful, you can lower your heat, don't be in a hurry, and just take your time going over it. But I feel like it turned out really good. I cannot wait to find or keep an eye out for some more cutting boards that I can get on sale or find a great deal on so that I can make a bunch of these for my upcoming Christmas gifts. And then I wanted to show you guys how pretty that you can create a Dollar Tree bouquet arrangement, flower arrangement using all Dollar Tree products. Obviously the little flowers container came from Hobby Lobby or somewhere different, not Dollar Tree, but these are all Dollar Tree flowers I stuck in the little Dollar Tree pumpkins, and this is such a beautiful arrangement to display in your kitchen. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. Please let me know in the comments down below which project was your favorite. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting! Bye!